A very good afternoon to you, and thanks for clicking on to the Monday edition of Vogan's European Outlook for the 8th of, I was going to say September for some strange reason, but it's the 8th of April. Hope you enjoyed your weekend, and we're back into a new work week once again, and the same rut continues weather-wise. This is the month-to-date temperature anomalies so far, and you see that we're starting to trim back that chillier than average anomaly through the first 8 days of the month across northern portions of the UK. It's really only Scandinavia that is below average for the first full week of the month. Very warm compared to average across the rest of Europe, as you can see. The upcoming 7 day period, we do have a warming trend taking place as higher pressure over mainland Europe starts to exert more influence on the UK and marginally Ireland as we progress towards the mid and late half of the week. We still have low pressure dominating. We've actually got Storm Pierre, which we'll look at in just a second, that is influencing our weather over the next day or so. But it's named Storm Pierre by Medieval France, and the reason why is because the worst of the winds are going to be focused across northwestern France through the remainder of today and into tomorrow. But this is the temperature anomaly for the upcoming 7 day period of the GFS ensemble. As you can see here, warmer than average, firmly warmer than average, especially Central and Eastern Europe, as you can see. So you can see Storm Pierre on the satellite imagery, and you can see that we do have a rather deep area of low pressure, actually, just in the southwestern corner of Cornwall here. Plenty of cloud cover lifting northwards up over Ireland, Northern Ireland, England, Wales, southern and central Scotland, and you can see the reflection on the radar indicating some fairly wet conditions now pushing up through northern portions of the Republic of Ireland into Northern Ireland. We've had it up through England, Wales. It's now focused over northwestern England and western portions of Scotland here, especially Dumfries, Galloway, Lanarkshire, up into the Glasgow, Edinburgh corridor also. But as you can probably see on the camera here, the sun's shining. It's actually been a beautiful day up here across northern areas of Scotland. That will obviously change in the next wee while, and you can actually start to see the cloud building to the south and to the southwest here in Edmonton. But like I say, we've got some fairly wet conditions lifting north, and we're going to see more heavy rain. The focus of the rain is actually going to shift more towards northern and western areas as we progress through the course of this week. Meanwhile, this is the temperatures across Europe. It has been an astonishingly warm weekend. Going to look into that in a little bit more detail with some of the numbers that we've achieved over the past Saturday, Sunday, and even through the course of today. Probably in tomorrow's video, because I'm a little bit restricted to time today, so it is a wee bit of a short video this afternoon. I do apologise for that, but it has been rather busy here at Marfogan Weather HQ. But this is the current temperatures at the time of recording. You can see here we've got the mid to upper 20s widely across Central Europe here. Very, very warm compared to average, may I add. And we are likely to push 20 or 21 Celsius in southeastern UK as we progress through the second half of the week. As I say, high pressure, strong area of high pressure focused over Central Europe. There's that area of low pressure, Storm Pierre, 985 millibars, according to the overview chart here of the GFS. So the strongest winds will be on the southern flank of this low. We've got some fairly heavy rainfall moving in across France, across Iberia also here, and that we're seeing the rain moving northwards over the UK. But that strengthening area of high pressure over Europe is going to start to, as I've already said, exert itself and exert its influence a little bit more, particularly England, Wales, and possibly parts of the Republic of Ireland. Then the focus of rainfall through the remainder of this week turns more towards the north and west of the UK here. But so you can see here, let me see if I've showed everything that I need to show. We'll look at the current UK temperatures and see what they're looking like at the moment here. We've got the 14s across northern areas, above average for the time of the year. But as you progress, relatively chilly, especially across parts of the Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland. Really quite chilly actually under that heavy rainfall associated with Storm Pierre. We've even got chilly numbers across northwestern England, southern and central Scotland, only 10 or 11 Celsius compared to the 15 that we've achieved here this afternoon across the north. Then further south to the east of the system, we've got a little bit of warmer air moving in from the south, so 15, 16, 17 Celsius quite widely, as you can see here, across the southeast of the country. Looking at the GFS then for the next 24 to 48 hours, that area of low pressure then moves in the southwestern UK, but the strength of the winds will be focused across the southern flank of that circulation. Meanwhile, we've got that band of rain moving up through northern UK as we progress through the course of tonight and into tomorrow morning. So a rather drab and damp start to Tuesday. Damp end to the day on Monday and a damp start to Tuesday as that area of low pressure then kind of trundles this way eastwards. As it trundles east, it's going to draw in a little bit of colder air from the north, so actually we could see some hill snow developing on that back end as it draws in something a little bit fresher here from the north. As we continue to play through the loop, then you can see that we start to change the shape. Instead of areas of low pressure centered further south, we're actually seeing the jet and those areas of low pressure associated with that further north and further west. Notice here the building of pressure across Iberia, across France, and that will then start to build northwards up into the southern UK here. Southwesterly winds, milder conditions, and we're also seeing milder air moving in as well. If we look at the 850 temperature chart here of the same model, nothing overly warm, but certainly we've got milder temperatures in the mid to low levels of the atmosphere. As we continue to play through towards the end of the week, we've got the even milder conditions as that storm track areas of low pressure well out over the Atlantic, well to the northwest of the UK here. That means that we've got this kind of area of warmth over northwestern Africa that's going to try and lift northwards here. But it only comes up against some resistance, and we're actually towards the middle and second half of the upcoming weekend, as per this GFS operational, may I add, because we know it can change, and it will change over the next few days. But it looks as if with more areas of low pressure moving in, eventually frontal systems will move through, dragging in something colder from the west and the northwest here. So it is a building of milder conditions as well as drier conditions, mainly England and Wales, as I've already said to you. As we progress through mid to late week into the first half of the weekend, then we have got a change taking place. So we go back to the overview chart here, and we go back to the weekend here. What happens actually is that essentially what we do is we change the wind direction more towards a west and northwesterly, and then that therefore we've got that chillier flow moving in from that direction here. So short and sweet video today. The take home from today's video is the drying theme and also the warming theme mid to late week here, but we're going to still hold on to some wet weather over the next few days here. Very briefly play through the loop. You can see here more weather systems moving in from a west to southwesterly direction here. So ground saturated, we're going to see more rain, likely to see some issues. Also, we've got some fairly strong winds coming in from a west to southwesterly direction. Need to take a note of that as well. So, with the gradient between low pressure to the northwest, high pressure to the southeast, you've got that squeezing the isobars here. Like, share, and subscribe, and I will have a live stream this upcoming Sunday, so stay tuned for that as well. Bye for now.